On a tense Monday in the heart of summer, the Texas state capitol became the stage for a dramatic political standoff, a scene filled with anticipation and uncertainty. The air was thick with political tension as the day unfolded. Dozens of Democratic lawmakers, in a coordinated move, skipped a crucial legislative session, leaving their seats empty. They boarded planes and made the deliberate decision of leaving the state, a bold act of protest against the proposed legislation. Their aim was singular: to block a new Republican-drawn redistricting map that they believed would unfairly impact the state. Their coordinated walkout effectively denied the House a quorum, grinding the legislative machinery to a halt. This dramatic move halted the legislative process, immediately drawing national attention and sparking intense debate across the country. The core of the issue at hand was the redrawing of Texas's congressional districts, a process with far-reaching consequences. This redrawing was triggered after the 2020 census, which revealed population shifts that entitled Texas to 2 new congressional seats. Democrats argue that the proposed map is a blatant example of gerrymandering, designed to give an unfair advantage. They contend that the map is structured to favor Republicans, effectively diluting the voting power of minority communities across the state. This isn't the first time Texas Democrats have resorted to such measures, as they have fled the state before to prevent legislative action. Their primary goal, once again, was to block redistricting. A similar dramatic walkout occurred in 2003, ultimately failing to achieve its objective but establishing a clear precedent for future political battles. Now, in a climate of heightened national focus and intense scrutiny on voting rights and election integrity, the stakes are undeniably even higher than before. The implications of this political showdown are significant, with the potential to reshape the state's political landscape. This dramatic walkout represents a last-ditch effort by the Democrats to force negotiation and find common ground. It also serves to spotlight what Democrats perceive as a fundamentally unfair and biased process, raising awareness among the public. The ultimate outcome of this political gambit remains shrouded in uncertainty, with various potential scenarios still on the table. Regardless of the immediate results, this battle will undoubtedly shape Texas's political future and influence its trajectory for the next decade and beyond. Every 10 years following the completion of the census, the process of redistricting takes place. It's a fundamental part of our democratic system, designed to ensure fair representation. This process involves reshaping political power in each state by redrawing the boundaries of voting districts. The political party in control of the state legislature typically takes the lead in drawing these lines, often to its own advantage, a strategic move that can significantly impact future elections. This practice, known as gerrymandering, can result in oddly shaped districts designed to favor one party over another. In Texas, explosive population growth is reshaping the state's political dynamics. This growth is especially pronounced among Hispanic communities as well as Black and Asian American populations, contributing to a more diverse electorate. These changing demographics are inevitably shifting the political landscape of Texas. The newly drawn map will ultimately determine who represents Texans at both the state and federal levels. These representatives will serve in Congress and the state legislature for the next 10 years, making this process incredibly important. Republicans are looking to cement their majority and maintain their hold on power. Democrats, on the other hand, argue that the proposed maps fail to adequately reflect these significant demographic shifts. The way these districts are carefully drawn can either group together or split apart existing communities, directly influencing which political party ultimately wins elections and gains control. With Texas gaining 2 new congressional seats due to its population boom, the stakes of this redistricting process are undeniably national. The balance of power and control of the entire Congress could very well hinge on how these lines are drawn. While the redistricting process often takes place behind the scenes in closed-door meetings, its impact and consequences are profoundly felt by every single voter in the state. At its core, the fight over redistricting is a battle about power, fair representation, and ultimately, the future direction of both the state of Texas and the entire nation. The outcome of this process will inevitably ripple far beyond the borders of Texas, impacting the entire country. Over 50 Texas House Democrats fled to Washington, D.C., breaking quorum and stalling the redistricting vote. Their goal: pressure Congress to pass federal voting rights protections. Republicans in Austin condemned the move as a dereliction of duty and threatened repeated special sessions. The House Speaker authorized law enforcement to compel attendance, but with Democrats out of state, it was symbolic. Democrats held press conferences in D.C., framing their absence as a defense of democracy. Meanwhile, Republicans accused them of holding the legislature hostage and threatened to cut staff pay. The standoff escalated, with both sides under mounting pressure as the legislative clock ticked down. Republicans argue their map follows the law and reflects population shifts, especially in fast-growing GOP-leaning suburbs. They say Texas is a red state, and the map should mirror that reality. Democrats counter that the map is a blatant gerrymander, diluting minority voting power despite people of color driving most of the state's growth. They accuse Republicans of cracking and packing minority communities to weaken their influence. Democrats point to split urban neighborhoods as evidence of intentional manipulation. For Republicans, the map is legal and fair. For Democrats, it's an attack on representative democracy. The disagreement is about more than lines. It's about who gets a voice in Texas's future. The fight is fierce because the stakes are so high. The resolution of this intense standoff hinges on a critical question. How long can the Democrats sustain their absence? Their strategy aims to force concessions from the opposing party or even prompt federal intervention to protect voting rights. The stakes are incredibly high. However, if they return to the chamber without securing a compromise, Republicans will almost certainly proceed with passing their proposed map. In that event, legal challenges are a near certainty. Democrats, alongside various civil rights organizations, are prepared to file lawsuits, alleging that the redistricting plan infringes upon the Voting Rights Act. They will argue that the map unfairly dilutes the voting power of minority communities. These court battles could potentially drag on for an extended period, with the ultimate outcomes remaining uncertain, particularly given the current conservative composition of the judiciary. While legal challenges proceed, Democrats are also pinning their hopes on the passage of federal voting rights legislation in Congress. However, given the current political climate and divisions within Congress, the passage of such legislation remains a long shot at best. This intense fight in Texas serves as a microcosm of the broader national struggle concerning voting rights, fair representation, and the very essence of American democracy. The ultimate outcome of this battle will have profound implications, shaping not only the political landscape of Texas, but also potentially influencing the balance of power in Washington, D.C. for many years to come. At its core, this battle poses a fundamental question. Will our political system evolve to accurately reflect the changing demographics and diverse voices of America, or will it actively resist this inevitable shift?